If you've been waiting for a cycle video, then sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait a little bit longer, because in this video we'll tell you all about one of the best treks we've ever done, El Mirador. El Mirador is an ancient Mayan city located in Guatemala's Petén region and the northern part of the Maya Biosphere Reserve. Let's dive into it.
What time is it?
It's 4:26.
Why are you awake?
Because we are going to get picked up outside and then taken up to Carmelita, which is a 3-hour drive apparently, and that's where our 5-day jungle trek begins.
I'm really excited actually. We're going to see El Mirador. And it's an ancient Mayan city which kind of is only accessible by foot or by helicopter.
Hi.
There's a lot of sweating involved, and it's not an easy hike. It's about 100 kilometers of walking over 5 days, and like average 36 degrees heat
Yeah,
through the jungle, so
it's going to be hot.
it will be hot.
I'm excited, really excited. I always wanted to do it, so today's the day.
Today's the day.
You might be asking, where's the fun in getting up at 4 in the morning and then enduring a bumpy 2-hour ride to hike 100 kilometers through the hot and humid jungle? Let us show you.
Here we go.
So it begins.
Starting the Mirador trek deep into the jungle.
Leaving the Carmelita just now after a nice breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, excited.
Small group, five of us.
Yeah.
And the guides. So should be good.
Yeah, really excited.
Very cool just now as well.
It's nice and fresh, so hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
The trek started on a relatively smooth path, which gradually became more and more challenging.
Yeah, pretty fast pace through the jungle.
That was good.
Good job, Viola's carrying the rucksack. It's too much for me. Oh.
The first half of the day, we didn't experience anything that overly concerned us. We didn't see any snakes, spiders, or other scary but wonderful jungle creatures, and we even found a museum in the middle of the jungle. However, the guide noticed a few things had gone missing, so if you're the one who stole stuff, then all we can say is, shame on you.
Sweaty faces.
Sweaty, humid and sweaty.
Yeah.
It's not actually as humid as I thought, or as hot as it's overcast, which is nice. Really nice walking temperature. Thought it would be way hotter. They advertise it as like average 36 degrees, but it's not that hot, thankfully. Not like yesterday.
Yeah, today's been absolutely fine. Really quite pleasant actually. Sweating, but it's just yeah,
Normal
it's okay.
sweat.
And not as many mosquitoes as I thought there would be. Kind of a few, but not that many. And the pace being quite fast actually.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, quick pace.
feels like we're getting somewhere,
Yeah.
which is nice. And we stopped for lunch. I don't know what's for lunch yet, but we're getting a couple of hours of break, and then we're gonna walk for another couple of hours, I think.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna arrive at the first campsite for the night for the to watch the sunset, I think.
Tinkal or
Tinkal.
something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, so far it's so good. The mules,
Mules
Little-
arrived.
they're like horses, but they're called mules, have just arrived with we've got our small day packs with us, but they've arrived with the kind of bigger rucksacks where some clothes and stuff like that. So lunch should be soon.
Hopefully.
As you can see from my face, the lunch did not disappoint, and shortly afterwards we were treated to some Jaguar Footprints, which were roughly 4 days old.
Jaguar Footprints, it's been 2 days.
Oh, where? Oh,
Jaguar Footprint.
This is a downpour in the jungle. Getting a wee soaking here. It's actually quite nice to have the refreshing drizzle from the treetops, because the treetops kind of catch the rain and hold it for a bit and then it drips onto you, so it's not like you don't get the full force of the rain. So yeah, it's quite nice and refreshing. Rain, rain. This is a washout. The rain and jungle paths didn't combine very well, but this was just a sign of things to come. After 25 kilometers of trekking, we were relieved to arrive at the first camp, El Tintal, where some of the local residents, most notably ocellated turkeys and coatis, greeted us.
The entertainment for the night included watching the cook make tortillas, braving the bathrooms, and climbing El Tintal pyramid to watch the sunset, although the clouds had something to say about that. Oh well, maybe next time.
Day 2.
Day 2 of the El Mirador trek. Feeling pretty fresh this morning.
Yeah, leaving the campsite, and the temperature's really nice again.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah, just
Had a lot of food for
a lot of
breakfast.
food, yeah. Desayuno chapin, which is a Guatemalan breakfast. Consists of frijoles, which are like bean paste, scrambled eggs, plantain, and some tortillas. So yeah, really quite energizing actually, and good nutrients for
For our run
our
through
run
the
through the
jungle.
Our guide does not hang about. So yeah,
It's the most impatient guy I've ever met, I think.
we stopped for a water, and
We have about 5 seconds
you'll
to
open the
drink.
water bottle and be like, okay, vamos, like, let's go. So yeah, it's
And
no.
we stop for water like once.
Yes. But hey, it's part of the experience, eh?
Yeah, have fun.
Day 2 was very similar to the previous day in terms of speed, and we started joking that it was a jungle sprint rather than a jungle trek. We did, however, take breaks to watch monkeys playing in the trees and to learn a bit about the plants growing in the Mayan biosphere reserve, such as the rubber trees, which are used to harvest gum.
The highlight of the day was visiting La Muerta, which is a small archaeological site, and its name means the dead. We were told the name's origin comes from the days it was used as a gum gatherer's camp, possibly because a woman died there.
These Mayans were small. The Mayans seemed to be tiny people, so it got a bit claustrophobic inside the pyramid, and we preferred looking at the ocellated turkeys posing for photos instead.
The second night we got a bit braver and tried to make some of our own tortillas. However, nobody could match the skills and experience of the cook Neddy, so we left her to do what she does best and instead decided to go and see the sunset.
Did you think we would get lucky this time? Well, it was too cloudy again. However, we enjoyed the absolute silence and beautiful jungle views all around us.
Tenemos el complejo más grande y dominante de la gran ciudad, que es el complejo o pirámide alta, que es donde vamos a ir ahora directamente por él.
We spent the whole third day exploring the ancient city of El Mirador. El Mirador translates to the lookout. However, nobody actually knows what the Mayans themselves used to call the city. It existed from around 1000 BC to 250 AD. During its peak period, between 350 BC and 150 AD, it was one of the largest urban centres in the Americas and housed around 100,000 people, although some sources estimate double that number. It is still the largest known Mayan site with about 15 square miles or 36 square kilometers.
Nobody knows exactly what happened and why the number of people living in El Mirador rapidly declined. However, some of the factors that might have contributed were environmental changes, such as deforestation and soil erosion, as well as social and political instability. Believe it or not, as El Mirador was declining, the jungle we trekked through to get there didn't actually exist. A sign of how quickly nature can recover once humans move out.
So we made it to La Danta Pyramid, which is, according to some, the biggest in volume in the world, and according to others it's the tallest in the world, but whatever the correct measurement, it's pretty damn big.
It's so impressive.
It's amazing.
Especially with the fact that it's completely surrounded by jungle. It's just, wow, crazy place to be.
We're learning a lot about the Mayan culture and way of living, and it's really quite fascinating, especially being here where there's just like no people and we're so many kilometers away from anyone or anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. One of the most important structures in El Mirador is La Danta Pyramid, which is 72 meters tall and is considered to be one of the largest pyramids by volume in the world, even bigger than the Pyramid of Giza.
We were excited to climb to the top. It was very peaceful, and we could observe howler monkeys sleeping in the trees and loads of colorful butterflies. It was very special to be up there with only 7 of us. There are only 2 companies running the tours, and they seem to have an agreement of who goes where first when exploring El Mirador, so it always feels like a very private and intimate experience.
This place is incredible!
Top of the pyramid, La Danta.
We were then introduced to some smaller structures for various time periods and could observe differences in their architectural styles. Astronomy had a huge influence on how the Mayans built their pyramids. The Orion constellation was particularly important. The triangle on Orion's belt and feet represented the beginning of creation for the Mayans, and they chose to design their pyramid complexes according to a similar triad style. This consists of a big pyramid in the center with 2 smaller ones on each side.
Pyramids were often decorated with carvings of various figures from Mayan mythology, and the ocellated turkeys took several opportunities to pose next to them. Show-offs.
Lunchtime!
It was time for lunch, and again, Neddy didn't disappoint us. We then had a chance to chill in the hammocks and got treated by a toucan, which landed right in front of us. On our walk around the camp, we also came across a large herd of deer.
Afternoon was filled with more wandering around the ruins and Abel explaining the significance of astrology to the Mayans, as well as the meaning behind some of the more complex carvings.
Es una decoración o un adorno de una piedra verde que dicen jade, que eso lo tenían solamente personas importantes o que jugaban un papel importante dentro de la nobleza. La pierna, esto aquí, aquí.
No need to laugh, the rain made the pyramid's rocks extremely slippery.
Filming you struggle.
We came across a large band of coatis on the way back. Even though they look innocent, one of them was a thief. We just didn't know it yet.
And again, there wasn't a beautiful sunset to enjoy. Instead, there were plenty of spiders' eyes glowing at us from the jungle floor. What are you looking for?
Your sandal.
Why are you looking for my sandal?
Because something has stolen it from the camp. Some animal.
Only one sandal
There's
left.
only one sandal left.
So who's the suspect?
Coati. Mr. Coati.
Mr.
One of
Cote.
those almost raccoon-like creatures with the long tails which hang around here. We saw a huge pack of them today, so we think they are probably guilty.
That's it. Yeah, we don't know. And it's too dark to look for my sandal tonight, so we'll try tomorrow morning. But yeah. So I think my sandal will be part of this beautiful forest now.
Forever.
Forever. We don't find it.
No.
And it's time to leave.
Yeah, that's it. Leaving the jungle. One sandal less.
But at least probably a coati is having fun with my sandal somewhere. So not a complete loss.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So this guy is carrying most of our stuff through the jungle. I think he's a wee bit sad that we have to go. Aren't you? Eh? Yes.
We were slightly emotional about leaving. By day 4, we felt even more part of the jungle, and certainly smelled like it. We also finally got rid of internet withdrawal symptoms, and were having a hard time imagining living without Neddy's cooking.
It didn't help that the rain started quite early on and turned most of the paths into a complete mud bath. Some bits were hard to cross, and there was nothing graceful about just slipping and sliding all over the jungle.
As a reward, we got to see 1-day-old Jaguar Footprints. That's probably as close to a jaguar as we'll ever come. The guide has only seen 2 in the last 20 years when guiding through the jungle.
You did make a good deal?
No shoes.
So muddy. So muddy.
It was a tough day, and we were glad to stretch our legs in the hammocks at the end of it. After a good rest, we were back to our old happy selves. Yes.
These ants are huge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are you awake?
Because we have another 25-kilometer trek through the jungle back towards Carmelita, Flores. So we were at the Mirador yesterday, and now we're heading out. Day 4 out of 5.
Must be excited.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not as excited about going back. Be nice to get a shower and stuff, but I think it's been a great experience. Just well worth doing it. And it rained quite a lot yesterday, and through the night before, so it might be a bit sludgy and muddy, the path back, but it's all part of the jungle experience.
Here we are, deep in the Guatemalan jungle. Trying to keep our voices down to avoid all predators. And just making our way slowly through the undergrowth. Just got to keep a look over our shoulder at all times. And a few snakes just dropping from trees, trying to take our heads off. And Viva wrestled a jaguar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a few minutes ago. So it's quite tough, but we're doing well. We're almost there. No, basically our main enemy is the mud. It is so damn slippy. Everything you stand on is mud, because it's been raining non-stop pretty much for the last couple of days, and it's squelchy. Every log and bit of wood is slippery. My once blue trainers are now brown. So yeah, this is crap, I almost fell again. This is jungle life.
The rain on day 5 was even heavier than previous days, and it made walking really tough. The mud was sticking to our shoes in chunks, thus adding another kilo or two of weight and making it extremely slippery.
We eventually hit our 100 kilometers.
We finally made it out of the jungle, and somebody clearly couldn't wait to get a beer, or maybe to have a decent shower.
Thankfully, the driver didn't join us for the trek, as he seemed to be the only one awake on the journey back to Flores. The bumps went unnoticed this time. There was even a happy ending to the Sandal story.
So we're back from the jungle, but I realized we forgot to film one very, very important thing. One development with my sandal. So here it is, my sandal. We reunited again, and one of the workers found it down in the bushes close to the camp, and it's now back with me, but it's full of holes. So a coati chewed on it a lot. So it's still working, and I'm glad to have it back, but yeah.
The important thing is back.
It's back, yeah. But it looks a bit disgusting.